Every year, thousands of brilliant Nigerian students dream of studying abroad, getting that world-class education, exploring opportunities, and making their families proud. But when reality sets in, these dreams remain where they are and they just fade away, because when you consider the cost of fee, tuition in dollars, visa cost, and all of those expenses, is just impossible, right? But the truth is that many young Nigerians are getting the opportunities to study abroad, and I'm talking about fully funded scholarships that cover not just tuition, but tuition, housing, and even monthly stipends. How good can that be? So people are getting these opportunities. It's real. It's not just that they say. These are opportunities that are even open for the 2026-2027 academic section, and you can take advantage of this. So what I'll do is that in this video, I'll show you the biggest and the most trusted fully funded scholarships that Nigerians are winning, and I'll show you the criteria that you need to meet to get this scholarship opportunities, and just what you need to do to put in the applications. So make sure you watch this video to the end. Share with a friend. Make sure you share. It's a good thing, and we are practicing that in 2025. Remember, we are being generous. And also put a comment there and let me know how you feel about this video. So let's get into it. First on the list is Chevening scholarship. Now, Chevening scholarship is the UK government's fully funded scholarship for 1 year master's program. Nigerians are often selected for this scholarship. Now, the scholarship is fully funded, and that means it covers tuition, living stipend, travel costs, and visa, and many other expenses is covered. Now, for some of the criteria that you need to meet, you need to have a bachelor's degree, and you have a 2-1 preferably. You need to have work experience like volunteering or internship. You need to show leadership and demonstrate it, and you also need to be able to prove to them that you are committed to returning back to your home country after your study, among other criteria. And to find more information, you can go to the Chevening portal, and also Google is your friend to see all the questions that are frequently asked. I'm sure you can find them online. And usually application for Chevening scholarship is usually open around August to October each year. So for the next academic session, then if you miss it, then you can target the next one, if not this present one. As number 2 is the Commonwealth Masters and PhD scholarship. The Commonwealth Masters and PhD scholarship is a UK government scholarship via the Commonwealth, and it is fully funded for masters or PhD program. Now, there are some requirements for this scholarship. If you want to apply for the Commonwealth scholarship, for instance, if you want to go for the master's degree program, you are required to have a bachelor and preferably a 2-1, right? That is why you need to face your study. You know, when I always say that there's need for you to focus on your focus, and do all your best with your academics, there's a reason for that. Now, almost all of this, in fact, all of these scholarships require a 2-1. And if you have a 2-2, some may consider, but you need to have extra credentials, which is a lot of work. So 2-1, make sure you're facing your studies now if you have planned to apply for any of these scholarships in the future. So if you're applying for a master's, you need a degree, and if you are going for the PhD scholarship, you of course need a master's, and you need to have a good grade as well. Now, you also need to be a member of the Commonwealth country, which Nigeria is, so you already meet that criteria automatically. Then again, you need to be able to prove to them that you will not be able to afford to study in the UK without a scholarship. So there is also need for you to prove or provide evidence for that. And you also need to submit strong academic transcript, your references, your personal statement, and all those requirements. To apply for this scholarship, you need to bear in mind that application for the 2026-2027 academic section is open from the 2nd of September 2025 to the 14th of October 2025. So the applications are usually open a year before the academic section in view. So almost make sure that you are on top of the game and you know how the timing is and all of that. And again, to apply, you need to go to the Commonwealth portal. Google is your friend. There are tons of information online. If you really take your time and apply yourself, read these things. If you can read very well, these things are not they're not difficult. Read and get the information, and if you need further information, I'm sure that there are a lot of places to get the information, even from the website itself. And also, some people apply to nominating agencies in their country. This is also possible, but in all, just make sure that you are looking for the right information. If you've watched this video to this point, I want to believe you've gained a thing or two from this video. Thanks so much for sticking around. And if you've not met me, my name is Buki, and I am very passionate about helping young people to achieve success in school and beyond. So every week, I make it a point of duty to upload a video that is similar to this, but equally informative and educative. and it always value driven. So if this sounds like something you'd like to be a part of, please click the subscribe button already. Why don't you already subscribe so that you get to see all that we're about on this channel, and we can grow together and get better. Next is the Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship. Now this is another fully funded scholarship, and when it's fully funded, it is free. You do not have to pay anything when applying, from the process of applying to even getting the scholarship. So if anyone is asking you for money, be very careful. Now the Commonwealth Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship is designed to allow or to let students study from the different partner universities across the Commonwealth. So it is open to master students from the Commonwealth countries, so which Nigeria is a part. So you already meet that first criteria. Additionally, you need a good bachelor's degree. You need to have a strong academic record. Again, your good grades matter here as always. Now you need to have a personal statement that is very compelling and very convincing, and you also need a good vision and a clear vision of what you intend to do after your studies. They also like to know this. And then you need to apply to for a master's degree or a master's program in any of the partner university, and you need to be eligible as well for the master's program based on your how well you meet the requirements, right? So these are some of the basic requirements. For more information, you can visit the Commonwealth Queen Elizabeth Commonwealth Scholarship. Google is your friend. I'm always saying this. You need to be very used to absorbing information, looking for information, reading things through, and just knowing all that you need to do so that you can apply. Even when you apply right, so that you become one of the people that will win the scholarship. We also have great scholarships. This is a UK-Nigeria partnership that gives scholarships to Nigerians to study in the UK, especially for their postgraduate programs. Now, this scholarship is not a fully funded scholarship, unlike the ones I mentioned earlier, but it takes a lot of the expenses from you, so you don't have to pay everything from your pocket. It covers a lot. Talking about some of the requirements, you need to meet the English language requirement for study in the UK. You need to be a Nigerian, of course, and you need to have a strong academic record. For your bachelor's degree, you need to have a 2-1, preferably. Those are some of the basic requirements, but there are more, of course, and you can find out more about the requirements that you need to meet before you apply to this scholarship. And if you also like to know where you can learn some of the most in-demand digital skills right now for free and get certifications, I have a video where I talked about all of the free courses online for some of the hottest digital skills. So make sure you watch the video. The video is somewhere there on my left or right. Click, watch, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.